Today is September 29th. The Yankees are in the postseason, a 3-game set against the Red Sox. We are going to preview that matchup.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. Producer BBD in the corner. Hopefully we got some people tuning in that have never listened before because it's the postseason. They said 40% of baseball fans only watch the playoffs. That's a stat I read recently, which interests me. If you want to go to a game, use code YANKS10 at SeatGeek, and you'll get 10% off your next set of tickets. I don't know if you can purchase tickets for the wild card. I don't know if it's sold out. I hope it's rocking and loud. They got the night game, but it's 6 o'clock, and people got work, and it's just, that might stink. But if you want to go to a game, or any game, go to SeatGeek, download the app, go to the website. They got tons of events. They let you know if it's good value, bad value, and you get 10% off any ticket with promo code YANKS10. Jake, how are you feeling before we get into this preview?
James, Davis, everyone tuning in with us, welcome. Welcome to Rocktober, although it's September 29th as we record this. I'm doing okay. It's a weird mix of the up and down of like, my goodness, we've got to do this, and we've got to talk about Crochet a lot and how good he is and what the Red Sox have done to us at different points this season. They won 8 in a row. And then every now and then I get just that hype, man, that like, yeah, Judge is going to stay hot, and we're going to beat the Red Sox for the first time in a lot of our office's lifetime. a lot of the young people that work here haven't seen the Yankees beat the Red Sox in a playoff series. So it's 3 games. It's going to be gut-wrenching. It sounds like the Yankees are going full righty stack to try to blitz Crochet, which I'm processing that in live time after we just listened to the Boone interview. Like a lot of playoffs, I'm good and I'm not, Jim.
Yeah, starting to get panicky, starting to feel things. I spent all day deep diving into this series and matchups and wanted to see where that would lead me, and it's going to be a battle. The last couple playoff series, the last couple wild card matchups, kind of felt good about a lot of them. Not 2021 against the Red Sox, because if that team won that wild card, no one believed they were going to do anything past that anyway. And they lost the 1-game wild card. I believe that if this team can get past the Red Sox, they can go on to have a great run. I think this is going to be a very tough series for them. And with Crochet going game 1 and them having a fully rested bullpen, I don't know the winning formula. Like, the winning formula in these games is you win a really close, tight game.
Yeah.
And that hasn't been what this team is great at. And if they want to win a really close, tight game, they need to put their best foot forward defensively. But to score runs,
right,
they want to put other guys in. So we're going to go over all of that because there's some numbers to back it up. But I guess the overarching thing is I just think this is going to be a really tough series for both teams because there's some matchups the other way that the Red Sox aren't favored in.
Max Fried has been really good against the Red Sox and the best pitcher ERA-wise since 2020. Crochet is peaking right now. That guy is a beast. The Yankees clipped him once this year. Otherwise, he pretty much got everyone this year. So it's a premier pitching matchup, which we don't often get that. We see a lot of bullpen days or pitching chaos that we're kind of getting that. We're getting real starting pitchers. And yeah, I guess the Yankees, the early tea leaves from the Boone interview, and then when Jack Curry talks, we listen, that they're going to go full righty stack, kind of go and get Crochet, which is scary. And you're probably going to hear us walk all over ourselves a little at times this episode because we want everything. we want to, bless you, we want to play great defense. We want to put our best hitting lineup out there. The Yankees, I feel like they had their roundtable, and they said, are we going defense or are we going offense? And it seems like early on they've decided to go offense, which is just scary from these moments we've seen from them.
We'll see. They're so protective. Like Boone doesn't like giving a lot away beforehand and preparation. So there's still, I don't know. I think they're going to be mixing and matching. Like I think Rosario is in. I don't know about Caballero yet because I think the McMahon-Fried combination, the third base, for anyone listening that's new, walk it back to the beginning. Max Fried induces a lot of balls in play, softly hit. He induces the most ground balls to third base out of any starting pitcher, something we detailed at the start of the season. His season took a bit of a hit when the Yankees did not have a good third baseman. He leaned on a new pitch mix to try and get strikeouts more, faltered a little bit. He himself said, I need to go back to getting balls in play. He also said McMahon hypes him up because McMahon's at third base, one of the best glove men you have at that position, telling him, get the ball to me. Right. Make him hit it to me. I'm your guy. And he is great over there. This is a smooth play against the Red Sox, probably a Fried start, if I remember. Might have been Rodon. I'm not sure. So that's one decision. Like I think Rosario will play, and he might play at second. Because Rosario's bat against the Red Sox has been very good. They got him for a reason, and Jazz got banged up. Boone was asked, is Jazz doing okay? And he said, he's okay. That's all he said.
Right.
He said, yeah, he's all right. And we saw him pinch hit. But I'm not surprised either way, I guess. But I
think Ahmed Rosario deserves to be in the lineup tomorrow with his numbers against Crochet. It's just where. And Jack Curry gave a little... Because Boone gave his interview, and Jack Curry was tweeting almost separately, and he's pretty well connected throughout the organization. I think Rosario is going to start at second tomorrow. And the more I've thought about it, and we've been worried about the Yankees' funny business, do they lead him off? Because Goldie has been the leadoff versus lefties, and he has great lefty numbers, but he doesn't have good numbers versus Crochet. So I'm wondering if they lead off Rosario, and then that third time through the lineup, we have the tweet up on the YouTube right now, that after Rosario's third at bat, which would be ideally fourth or fifth inning.
Yeah. Or a score-dependent situation.
Right. After his third at bat, then you could just sub him out for Jazz, have him play defense, and Jazz is in the game. Because we haven't seen Rosario at second.
We've seen him at second.
How much have we seen of Rosario at second? Excuse me. Can
you pull up the lineup, Beebs, against...
With the Yankees, he hasn't played second base.
He has. He started on September 18th. Can you pull up the September 18th, 2025 lineup?
One game. Because
that's what I think it will be, but I'm not sure.
18th.
September 18th, 2025. This is what I think the Yankees lineup will be, but I think they might go Fried over Caballero for two reasons. Max Fried gets ground balls at third.
Fried over
McMahon over Caballero because of Fried. And Caballero is a weapon off the bench. You can now pinch run him, pinch hit him, all that. This is something they've done against lefties a lot. Now just take the third base. I think it's a coin flip, but I think this is what we're looking at. They already said Wells is going to be behind the dish, and he pretty much said Goldie's going to start at first base. He's been the leadoff guy versus lefties. And you're looking at, for those just listening on podcast apps, Paul Goldschmidt, first base, Judge right field, Belly left field, Stanton DH, Rosario, second base, Grisham, center field, Volpe, shortstop, McMahon or Caballero, third base, Wells catching. That's kind of what I'd guess.
Yeah, I think they're going Caballero. Maybe I'm putting too much into Jack Curry right now, but if they're going righty stack in the way they've talked about Caballero, and Caballero's gotten a few Fried games, because they're not going to go lefty at the bottom of the lineup with McMahon and Wells. Or I guess you could go Wells, Volpe, McMahon.
Yeah, you just split that up, however.
Yeah. That I don't know. It kind of feels like I don't know. I'm picturing like an old medieval battle where it's like, are we going on the offensive or the defensive? And it feels like they're choosing to go on the offensive. And I hope it's right. There's something in my core that's very scary, just trying to go offensive against Garrett Crochet, because he's one of the handful of guys in baseball that if he's at its best, it doesn't fully matter who's out there.
Caballero also last 2 weeks of ball, really good. 306 batting average, 405 on base his last 14 games. So he's also a pest on the base paths. Like it's an interesting one. I think it's a toss up, and I would go McMahon, but there's an argument both ways.
I would go McMahon.
This episode is presented by T-Mobile. Based on hundreds of millions of real-world tests, the experts at Ookla Speed Test have spoken. T-Mobile is now the best mobile network in America, so you can keep up with all the MLB action from the ballpark to the back country to the delivery room. That's right. Maybe I'll be in the delivery room watching the playoff game thanks to T-Mobile. That is fantastic. You can do the same. All you have to do, have a baby, have T-Mobile. So whether you're streaming the game out and about, checking stats on the road, or experiencing ballpark perks with Magenta status, you're ready to stay connected wherever your fandom takes you. Head on over to T-Mobile.com/network to switch to the best network.
About Jake Judge O'Brien. Call him JJ. Do we think Trent's starting and playing?
Yeah.
I think so too.
I think the outfield has to be, you have to have Bellinger in left field. That's paramount. And then if you're doing that, you got Grisham in center field and Judge in right. I think that has to be the situation.
You think they'll push the Slater button?
No.
Okay.
He hasn't done anything.
No.
I think Slater is there in case you want to pinch run Dominguez, but you don't want him to play the field. So Dominguez will be on the bench. He's really a pinch runner this postseason. That's going to be his role. He might end up getting a pinch hit at bat for a Volpe at some point, and then Caballero would go in to play short for him. That's like the only scenario I see him pinch hitting for someone.
Yeah, I mean, you could see, like Paul Goldschmidt versus a tough righty if Rice was already in the game or something like that. Like there's
the other lane.
There's a couple ways he could find his way in there.
But yeah, I think Dominguez pinch running, or pinch hitting, but he wouldn't pinch hit for any of the outfielders, so you wouldn't need Slater to play defense for him. So I don't know if Slater has a role. Injury.
Yeah, that's what I'm interested to see. They believe Slater can hit lefties.
Yankees have the best outfield in baseball offensively. You don't want to take any of those guys out of the game. And defensively, they've been pretty good, especially in this stadium where Judge is in right field, Belly's covering the big ground in left field. So I think I see Belly, Grish, and Judge all 3 games, every inning, left, center, right.
Yeah, I don't know about every inning. Just I don't know, playoff baseball and crazy stuff happens. That I don't know. Could Dominguez pinch run for Trent at some point if they needed more speed?
Yeah, you could do that. Slide Belly to center then Grish to left.
But I think that's the right move. I'm very interested. They could go full blitz and press the Slater button in left. I would not do that. He hasn't shown you that. God, I don't know. Jazz and Rice on the bench is pretty wild.
It is. That's why I really don't like this matchup for the Yankees. It's a 3-game set, and you face a tough lefty. Like a 5-game set, and you get Crochet or Schoolboy or like one of these tough lefties, and you do this, okay, it's 5 games, and it's going to be 3 at-bats. But a 3-game set where the first game really, really dictates the series, and that's the lineup we're running out. It's like, man, it's a weird feeling because it's not the bread and butter that's been winning them, especially Ben Rice. And if he doesn't start the game, what's his role? That's the other thing that is tripping me up. Because can you show that lineup again, Beebs? Because if Ben Rice is on the bench, the defensive Goldie is pretty needed in a close game. Although Ben's looked better lately, but But the way, and we'll get into the Red Sox bullpen, the way they're going to use the bullpen, they're going to bring in Whitlock for Judge, Belly, Stanton. And I think Cora's going to know not to bring Whitlock in for Goldie unless the 3-batter minimum really affects it. So I don't know when you'd pinch hit Rice because their other relievers, Matz, Wilson, Weissert, Chapman, are all better against lefties.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think the Yankees will, even though like someone like Weissert is better versus lefties this year, the Yankees would still prefer a Ben Rice over Rosario or something like that.
Well, Goldie would be, I was thinking most Goldie, they'd probably keep him out there.
Yeah.
Especially because the defense is better.
Depending what pushing buttons you have to push at the right time. But yeah, the way that the Yankees seem to be approaching this game, I think they're hoping to get Crochet out before 7 innings, because I think Boston feels really good about going Whitlock for the 8th and Chapman for the 9th. And it's going to be interesting to see how those lanes line up. I mean, Chapman's like the worst pinch hit opportunity of all time. Like, come off the bench to just see 102. Like, that's a nightmare. Whitlock, I mean, we've seen how pissy and how good he can be in the right moment. That also not a fun time. It's going to be interesting to see how the lanes line up. That if Whitlock has to come in at a different opportunity, or if they have to use another reliever, which I think that's what the Yankees are kind of banking on in this game, which is scary.
I think Ben Rice will pinch hit for Volpe, now that I've thought about it.
Okay.
If that scenario arises with the runners on base, you need an at-bat, you pinch hit Rice for Volpe, and then you're able to slide Caballero over to short if McMahon is on the bench, or you bring Caballero into the game. But that is an opportunity for a lefty pinch hitter. Even Dominguez later on can pinch hit for Volpe with the shortstops.
But that's against Whitlock only?
Well, no, just in general, I was thinking about when would a lefty pinch hit. Even Dominguez trying to figure it out, with the bench and the defense available with Caballero being able to play short, that is an option where last year they didn't have that option. And Volpe performed last year, 286, 407, 408, so they didn't need to. But they have a bench. It's going to come down to a lot of managing. I looked into it, the Red Sox, how they use their bullpen. And obviously Chapman is their closer, and he's been nasty this year. Like, otherworldly. If you thought you thought you saw the best of him as a Yankee or in his best seasons, we did not. He got better. Pretty insane. And then Whitlock is their guy. He's a righty. He's got a 0.56 ERA in his last 33 games. In that stretch, he's struck out 42 batters and only walked 5. And Cora is not afraid to use him in the 7th if that's where the meat of the lineup. In a game against Toronto recently, he came out in the 7th to face the 3-4-5 or 5, whatever it was. It was the meat of the lineup. And then they gave the bottom to Justin Slayton in the 8th. So Cora's not, like, Whitlock is going to see the heart of the Yankees order. I think even if it's in the 6th, 7th, 8th, Cora's not afraid to do that. He's not going to play the inning. He's going to play the matchup. And he's their guy. Like, he's their guy. The other thing they have is a bunch of lefties now they didn't have last year. They traded for Steven Matz. He hasn't had a great September, but he's still getting outs. He had a great August as soon as he came over. Justin Wilson, they used him recently as the first lefty out of the pen, and he did not get the job done back-to-back times. So he kind of lost that role a little bit recently. And he's 37. They've seen him. And then Weissert and Slayton are their righties.
Yeah, I think the only guy that's missing from that, they called up a prospect for them, Connolly Early. Good Boston Irish name there, Connolly Early. Really talented young lefty, big strikeout numbers. We've seen Cora is not afraid to push the button when he needs to. That he has the potential to be a lefty wipeout guy for them. Again, I don't know if you need that on Crochet to Chapman when the Red Sox might need to cover 1 inning, 2 innings, hopefully. But the guy that follows Bayo or Giolito, I think he could be kind of their secret guy up their sleeve.
Has he been a reliever at any point? Not in the majors for them.
Not in the majors, and I doubt
it.
In minors.
So there's interest there because he hasn't done it.
Cora likes pressing those kind of buttons.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's his game. Like okay, you're going to pinch hit Paul Goldschmidt. We're going to leave in this kid because he's got a wipeout slider and you've never seen him before.
So their plan, especially game one, it's Crochet to Whitlock to Chapman. That's if they're drawing up their pitching path to victory. It's 7 innings, and then you get Whitlock the 8th and Chapman the 9th. And that's a pretty devastating combination of guys. I pulled up a video of Judge versus Crochet. I went and looked at all their at-bats because it's a hilarious line. It's, I believe, 13 at-bats, 10 strikeouts, 2 hits. I don't think there's a walk in there, so I'm missing an at-bat.
2 homers.
2 homers. Not both homers came in his 4th at-bat of the day versus him. So he's never gotten a hit in his first 3. I don't think he's going to get seen 4 times in a 3-game set with the bullpen fully rested. I think he's only going to get 3 chances against him. And this is what you're going to want to watch when you watch him versus Judge. High fastballs, high and away fastballs. That's what he wants to do. I mean, we saw last postseason, that's what everyone wants to kind of do on Judge. But it's hard. It's not that hard for him to hit that spot. And he uses his secondary pitches just as a way to get back to this. He wants to get strike 1 and strike 3 a lot of times with this just high fastball. And that's devastated Judge. 13 plate appearances, 10 strikeouts. So hopefully he misses his spots a little bit. Because the next section I have, if it's not high and if it's a little lower, that's what we're rooting for as Yankee fans. Like, catcher wants that high, it's low. Judge hit a game-tying home run in the 9th inning. Bomb.
Yeah.
Up and in target, and that's kind of middle in. Foul ball, but he hit that well. And then this one is low and away. Now, this is what at the stadium, this is an out, but that's what that high fastball at the stadium, Judge can kind of attack it with a different swing. And then this was a middle away fastball that Judge hit a home run on against him the last time they saw each other. And then he rarely gives him the same pitch back to back. And when he does, Judge has been able to make the adjustment. Like this one, back-to-back sliders, but that's foul, but by an inch would have been a double down the line. And then that home run I showed earlier was 3 100-mile-per-hour fastballs in a row. And Judge, it looks like he gets an off speed and he's expecting him to double up on it. And then he for strike 2, he's been got with a lot of fastballs down the middle. But then I made the overlay of the cutter and the fastball, and one of the more devastating. First pitch, cutter. Judge swings at it like a fastball, then takes the fastball. And the tunneling on these 2 pitches is one of the more insane I've seen. So the best thing I walked into mentally is if he wants to go up and away fastball strike 1, like Judge did in the clip where he put it to the warning track, he can attack it at home differently than he can at Fenway. You can take that and just try to just get it to the short porch. So that's my visualization.
Yeah, and I'm going to put that in a glass half full because with the technology we have in baseball, between the pitching simulators and things like that, go back to the early days of this program, and I knew that Greg Bird was going to have a big at-bat against Andrew Miller, going back to the 2017 playoffs against the Guardians. And I was like, I don't like that matchup for us. If Greg Bird hits a homer off Andrew Miller, I'll kiss my dog's butt. I did that. I did that.
You did that.
Not proud of it. It was a different era of Talkin Yanks. That if I'm Judge, all I'm looking at yesterday and today is Garrett Crochet up and away fastballs and thinking about driving them to that porch because he can do that so easily. That's in his toolkit. And if I've seen Stanton do the same with that ball. So I don't know. This is going to be their 4th time seeing Crochet this year.
5th
Fifth time seeing Crochet this year?
I think he started 4 games against him this season, and the Red Sox won all 4.
Red Sox won all 4. Yanks knocked him around the first time. That's right. Yankees gave up 10 in that game. Bad strategy, so don't do that. Yeah, man. I'm first inning in the playoffs always matters a little more before the starting pitcher locks in. And go hit that pitch, Judge. Judge has to play well.
Yeah.
He has to.
I mean, that's for people tuning in, just storylines of this. The Yankees have a lot of guys coming off bad postseason performances trying to turn it around. Max Fried is coming off 3 really bad postseason outings for the Braves. I think it's the last couple of years. He had good stretches. He won the World Series with them in 2021. But last year against the Padres, 2 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. The year before that, against the Phillies, 4 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. The year before that, against the Phillies, 3.1 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. Even in the 2021, he had 2 pretty bad starts. So he's coming off some tough starts. He wants to right that. You obviously have Judge, who started kicking into gear come the World Series last year. I think his World Series OPS was like 800, but obviously, and the narrative's louder than the stats there. We just said Jazz. Devin Williams has had 3 postseason outings, and 2 of them have been heartbreaking. I don't know if there's more. I mean, Wells didn't have a great postseason.
No, Wells fell apart. Volpe was solid. He was the only guy at the bottom of the lineup that flipped it. Cody Bellinger's played in a lot of big games. Trent was on the bench last year. Crazy.
Rodon had a mixed bag playoffs last year. 4 starts.
Belly's played in a lot of postseason games. Wow, that's cool. 69 of them, to be exact.
Like that. Great numbers versus lefties. So, yeah, that's where, going back to the original conversation when we had a little powwow before we started recording this, and we're talking about the righties, and yeah, I think I do this, and maybe I do this, and, Joe's, and not a shot at him because we all kind of agree. He's like, it's kind of got to be Judge, Belly, Stanton. And it's like, well, if it's kind of got to be that, then do I want McMahon at third? Would I rather punt that one at bat through an inning? Do I believe in Caballero's defense and hitting ability enough? I don't know.
What if I told you?
I want to.
I just plugged in.
Okay.
Yankees numbers versus lefties. Lefty fastballs faster than 97 miles per hour.
Okay.
On the year. What if I told you there's a guy who's got 3 hits, 375 batting average. Well, that batting average is skewed, but he got 3 hits off that.
Okay.
And his name is Anthony Volpe.
Mm-hmm.
Does that do anything for you?
October means more.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
He has a nice October. I would like that.
They were off of Mason Montgomery,
Sure.
Adrian Morejon,
Absolutely.
2-2 pitch, runner on second, 99 sinker, dead middle single. They were off Gregory Soto, down 3 with the runner on second. Wonder if he's getting signs. Both times a runner on second. Okay, no one on versus Cameron Meisner. That's a nice single. Bellinger also 3 hits. He's been hitting lefties well. Judge 2, Paulie Goldschmidt 2, Rosario 2 in 3 chances.
Hey, man, Rosario's earned it. It's just a matter of kind of felt like Jazz earned it. Kind of feels like Trent's earned it. McMahon on one side of the ball fully earned it. On the other side, fully does not. Yeah. I'm interested to see how they go about it. Because also, like, coming into this game, Stanton's the big bad wolf. He's the guy that Boston wants to see the least. So is Ahmed Rosario the Stanton protector? Because in the lineup that we brought up before, that's where he was hitting.
Yeah.
Do I believe in Ahmed Rosario's numbers enough that if they were to walk Stanton, I'm letting it ride with Ahmed Rosario?
Well, instead of Chisholm, I don't know. I do not know.
Shady Rays, get ready for the season ahead, the postseason ahead. With quality shades built to last, our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized sunglasses that won't break the bank. They're an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. They're perfect for all your outdoor and I think indoor adventures. If your shades ever go missing or take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacement. If you don't love your shades, exchange for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. And exclusively for our listeners, if you go to shadyrays.com, use code YANKS, you'll get 35% off your next pair of polarized sunglasses. That's code YANKS at shadyrays.com. Go get yourself a pair right now.
Yankees bullpen has been very good against the Red Sox, especially Devin and David Bednar. Devin has had 5 outings, 5 innings pitched. He's given up 1 hit, and it was that hit to Bregman to lead off in the most recent series where he clear Bregman was sitting changeup, and he kept giving him fastballs. Bregman was just fouling, got the changeup, leadoff single, and then got the rest out. So 1 hit, 6 strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch on a 3-0 pitch to Jared Duran. Just hit him right in the thigh. No walks. David Bednar, 3 outings, 3 innings pitched, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Those guys have had success. Weaver, 3 outings, 1 of them was really bad. Remember, it was in Fenway, he was walking guys. It was kind of one of his worst outings.
Is that when he just came off the IL?
I'm not sure if it was when it was. He had another one where he gave up like a run. It was an inherited runner, but it wasn't a bad outing. The one in Boston was, maybe that was at Yankee Stadium? Yeah, it was at Yankee Stadium. It was August 21st. Is that when he came off the IL? I'm not positive.
No, that was a little later.
Yeah, it was the walks, which were jarring to everyone because Trevor Story hit a single, then Nathaniel Lowe hit a double. And then it was a ground out, and then he walked, Rafaela walked Hamilton.
Is Devin first out of the pen?
Let's see. What's their lineup going to be? Especially against Fried. Last time they stacked righties.
So, yeah, Rob Refsnyder, expect to see him in there. Romy Gonzalez has kind of earned a starting role for them. And I think Nate Eaton was a kid who got the start last time, and he got a couple hits. So,
let's see. Did they face any lefties down the stretch against? No. Last time they faced a lefty was Fried or Rodon, whoever that was. There was an A's lefty in there. I don't know if I count it.
This was their lineup on screen in the last Fried start.
Romy Gonzalez, Alex Bregman, Trevor Story, Rob Refsnyder, Carlos Narvaez, Nate Eaton, Nick Sogard, Connor Wong, Sedane Rafaela, and Brian Bayo pitching. All righties? I know Rodon faced all righties.
All righties, yeah. I mean, they're going to start Duran, right?
You would think so.
Refsnyder's not going to play Yankee Stadium left field.
And they have 2 catchers in that lineup. So Rob Ref probably DHs and Duran's probably in left.
Yeah. Let's see. Duran, does he start versus lefties ever?
Duran.
It's wild if he doesn't. If they stack righties, then it becomes a little bit of a managerial decision.
Yeah.
Because if you bring Devin out, he's good against righties. They like him versus righties. But do you want them to keep the righties in, or do you want them to go to their bench? that's going to be the decision making. Because if you bring Weaver out,
Right.
do they keep some of those righties in against Weaver? Is he the same fear factor? They don't have lefties to come out in a perfect plan.
Bullpen?
Yeah.
Yankees bullpen?
Yeah, the Yankees bullpen, you're not like Tim Hill, Yarby, they're not. Tim Hill is,
They'll go to Tim Hill.
if there's a run, 2 outs, runner on, and I'm a little scary. Maybe we do a section of what are we scared of?
Okay.
Because that's a little scary to me.
Yeah, I think for that conversation, that is one of the games of chicken for the Yankees and Red Sox that the Yankees fully believe in Devin Williams, especially against righties, that I'm wondering, will they go to Devin early to try to make Cora to make the move to use his bench and bring in the lefties because the Yankees love weave against lefties.
Interesting. That's a fun little game. And you might work. It depends where you are in the lineup, right? Like, who are they going to pinch hit for and who are they not going to pinch hit for, I guess. But what's your biggest fear?
Bad defense.
Yeah.
Like, if you get crocheted, you can mentally process that. Like, he would be out of the series. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball. You tried something, it didn't work, whatever. Like, he's done that to a lot of teams, and he's going to do that to a lot of teams. If the Yankees just come out and play that horrible brand of baseball that especially the Red Sox and Toronto brought out in them earlier this year, to be fair to the Yankees, they have bottled a lot of that up. But, we've seen 6 innings of Rosario at second base. Caballero is not the same third baseman as Ryan McMahon. I'm assuming the outfield looks fine, and the outfield has been fine. And we've seen both sides of Volpe, where he can make the highlight play or in a big moment, we've seen him not. That I just can't have that.
It would be devastating, especially if it's something we've seen before. A lot of the mistakes about a lot of the big innings more recently down the Yankees stretch of season, the errors have come from the battery. Like balks, wild pitches, pass balls, little dribblers that the pitcher throws away, or the catcher steals it from the pitcher and throws it away. Like in that little triangle of grass, that's where lately. Now, previously they were just awful at third base, and Volpe was being awful at shortstop. Dominguez at the outfield to infield situation. That all got cleaned up, to be honest. Like with the deadline, with the new players, Volpe returning to form, like that all got cleaned up. And the devastating innings against the Tigers, even the Twins, there were some bad ones. It's just been like within the pitcher and the catcher.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer.
Yeah. The balks. Couple weird defensive pitcher plays. Do we have to do a 26-man roster? This episode is sponsored by DraftKings. Football fans, it's touchdown season, and the next one can become a special one for you at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Hey, if you're not into that, we're going to be live streaming. We're going to be dipping our toe in the live bet ink. And here's the best part. Just $5, and if your bet wins, you get $200 in bonus bets instantly. So, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code JMBaseball. That's code JMBaseball to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
You have to, right? You mean you and I guessing it?
I feel like that's something we normally do, right?
Yeah. We can, I feel like at times there's always been way more to chew on. You're going to have less pitchers because it's only a 3-game set. I wonder if they're going to put a Scar on. Now, Hedrick was in the locker room, reliever Hedrick, so I don't think Heal's going to be on because he wouldn't be able to pitch to Game 3 anyway.
Right.
And even at that point,
I have heel off.
you're all hands. I have heel off the roster. I have Ascara if they're going to add a bat, because that allows them to do more. Like we saw them recently use both catchers, and Rice took a ball to the groin and he could have got hurt. So I think Ascara is on and Hedrick's on. And I don't know if you need to take one more person off then.
So heel and Blackburn.
Heel and Blackburn. That's what I have.
Yeah.
That's what I texted you guys the other day. Yeah. Heel and Blackburn off. And Ascara. Like, Slater could come off if they wanted like Yeri or another reliever, but I don't think you need relievers.
Yeah, for a 3-game series.
Yeah, even in the DS, like I feel like last year we were like, I feel like every year we get a little surprised by like, oh, they don't go as deep into relievers before their best of sevens.
I guess Will Warren's another maybe.
Yeah.
Will Warren for Yeri, but again, at that point, what are we doing?
For the DS last year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pitchers they brought for the DS.
Yeah, and I guess outside of that, there's not a ton of other options.
Awesome. Lucas
Ooh.
Giolito is missing the wild card series.
Why?
Interesting.
Injury.
Oh.
Elbow issue. He would have started potential game 3.
Okay. So, hey, maybe they don't have Connolly early and he would be their game 3 starter. Connolly early versus Cam Schlittler, 3 p.m., couple rooks, Yankees, Red Sox.
That's wild. Okay, so if they're going 11 pitchers, because that's what they did in a 5-game set, I feel like we currently have more than that.
Fried, Rodon, Schlitt, Bednar, Devin, Luke, Fernando, Doval, Hill, Leiter. That's 10. And that's without Warren or Yarby or Hedrick.
Well, okay, so then Leiter might not be on because they're going to bring a lefty. Heel is not going to be the only lefty they bring on this roster. It's going to be Yarby or Hedrick. And I would think they go Yarby, but unless they want heat, Hedrick's got the fastball heat.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, again, what spot are you using him in? I think you keep Yarby because he's also stretched out.
I'm just saying Hill is not going to be the only lefty.
Yeah.
Going to do at least one more.
So no Hedrick.
Lefty.
So then Bednar, Devin, Weaver, Cruz, Doval, Hill, Yarby, Leiter. Is that 11?
That would be 11.
So no Hedrick, which he hasn't been on the team, so makes sense. He's taxi squad, and no Blackburn.
Which he's been there to finish ugly games.
So no Warren, though, because we were assuming Warren would be on.
I mean, Warren, he wouldn't be available till game 2, right?
Yeah, it'd be a long man. And if there's an injury, you can replace him.
Interesting.
So then they had 15 position players last time.
That would be 15.
They definitely have the position players this time. Trent, Rice, Judge, Bellinger, Stanton, Jazz, Wells, Volpe, McMahon, Caballero, Goldie, Rosario, Dominguez, Slater.
Yeah, we've got it up on the YouTube here.
That's 14. And Ascara, 15. So, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Ascara on Warren and heel off.
Warren and heel off. I think so. Unless you do Warren for Leiter.
Unless they think Yarby could actually get like leverage spots
I'm
against
going to
a
be
lefty, but
honest with
like,
both of you.
Okay.
In a 3-game set where everyone's available, we better not see Leiter or Doval pitch in this series. And if you do, that's scary. Hill has like a lane that they might like. It's going to scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I don't like it. But best laid plans, you don't see Doval or Leiter.
Hey, and when the Yankees have won playoff games last year, they had a tight recipe and it worked.
Leiter was off the roster, came on because they got hurt, and then kind of balled out a little
Had a
bit.
big ball moment.
Scared the hell out of everyone.
That's the postseason. Get it done.
It comes down to Judge and Stan in their first at-bats against Crochet. It really does. It really does. First or second, maybe. If you want to expand it to second, that's fine. But they need to put a runner on base. They need to be giving fake signals like they have pitches.
Yeah.
They need to be having fun. That first time through, high and away fastball, Judge off the pole. Boom. Give it to me. Let's work a walk early, you know?
Okay.
What'd you say, Joe McFly?
Paulie G
A
deposit.
walk's a rally in the postseason? That's what Joe said.
Paulie G deposit one in the bleachers.
I'd like a 6-pitch walk to lead off the game.
Okay.
We're battling.
Okay. We're out here to grind.
Make Stan's home run matter.
Whew. Big G. Joe McFly, you have any thoughts? Don't come across the screen like that. No one can hear you. There's
not a mic.
microphones.
Couple
When did
mic
you get that
options.
shirt?
We just got him. They just slacked him.
What?
Fire!
Joe said fire.
You guys have the turtleneck, so where's my turtleneck? Are you those shorts?
They're shorts. They've ridden up a little bit this episode.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
I don't know what you guys discussed already, but I hope
Yankees.
I hope that the Yankees can be able to play sound defensively. That's all I ask, right?
That was my fear.
Pitch well, play sound defensively, and I need Judge to carry and Giancarlo to carry. How about that?
I'm good with that. I kind of mentioned that. That's great.
All right, tune in. Tomorrow, Jake and Joe's will be giving you the pregame show. That'll be hype. And then they got the stream, 6 p.m.
If you're a podcast listener, the pregame show is live streamed on the YouTube. Probably won't be on any podcast app.
YouTube only. I will be
YouTube.
in
Where will
hospital.
you be?
I will be in hospital with child. I'm not having a baby. I'm just kind of support. You support and you get ignored. That's what being the man in the hospital room is. Nurses don't even look at you. It's
Not the patient.
It's fine. I'm like, hey, can she get this? And they're like, she's alive. I'm like, well, she asked me to ask you that.
You scheduled the baby.
Joe said you scheduled the baby. Like crazy.
We did. Well, I didn't. She did. So get this thing out of me. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Stockton Knotts sent us these. Thank you, Stockton Knotts. It's a business. He sells his rope.